Beep, 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 beep. How we doing, everybody? Great to see you. Edijester here, having a mull. Some of you, not all of you, but some of you may well have seen me appear suddenly on GB News the other night. Well, I did. I appeared on GB News. There you go. Now, this was great. It was a very strange process because I've never really done anything like that before. So it was a very strange process. I got the phone call. Can you come on and talk about this? And I said, yes, if you want me to. Do you know who I am? Well, I know a bit. So I give them the lowdown, my early days in vaudeville. As Kenneth would say. And then you just get a phone call saying, get on this Zoom link. And I got on the Zoom link, and then this nice voice came up. Hello, let's get you set up. Right, can you move back a bit, move forward a bit? They like the lighting. I was all right with the lighting. Move back, move forward, move left, move right. It was a really fascinating experience. So, right, stay like that and don't move. And that was it. Then I had to wait for 4 minutes, not moving. Until suddenly Martin went, and now here's Barry Wall, blah, 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 and all the nonsense. And there I was on screen, like a rabbit in the bloody headlights. It's the strangest sensation. And I couldn't get out of my head that this guy that helped me, called Femi, that I wasn't supposed to move. It was a very strange sensation, because I'm a gesturer, aren't I? Let's have a go. I'm a bit of a gesturer. So I thought you might find it interesting to understand what happened on the day, which that was what it was. And then Martin interviewed me and I spoke. And then Martin said, thank you very much, Barry Wall. I was absolutely uncertain at what point I'd got off the screen. So I sat there for a full minute after. Just in case. Can I move yet? And the guy gone. That was it. I was just like I never existed. So really good introduction. Terrible goodbye. Nice guy called Femi. Right, except you didn't say goodbye, Femi. All you had to do was come on and say, thanks, Barry, that was enough. But I was sat there like a nitwit for a minute. But nevertheless, I was really glad to do it. And it was really nice to see your wonderful comments after. Thank you so much for your kindness. In fact, everybody, thank you so much for your kindness. Those who buy me a coffee, and to my, supporters on YouTube, the Jesterites, and those that support my Substack. I don't say it enough. Thank you so much for doing so. And of course the warrior teachers who were busy warrioring, because if it wasn't for a warrior teacher, I wouldn't have been on GB News at all, would I, Rob? Thank you so much for that. It was a real pleasure. What's been interesting is what's happened after. Funny, isn't it, how you hear from people from some time back? I get messages from people going, bloody hell, I just saw you on the tubes. As if I didn't have a YouTube channel. I've just seen you on TV, as if GB News is... It's not, it's YouTube based, isn't it, generally? So it's good to see you. You spoke well. Thank you very much. I mean, it's so lovely to get that. And I got messages from a couple of people going, I don't understand this, what's going on, who were previously ignoring me. One particular from a teacher. And she reached out and said, it's been a long time since we spoke. I think it's probably a good idea if we have a conversation. I learnt more in those 2 minutes from you than I understood about the whole damn thing before. She said, my mind is racing. So I messaged back saying, that's great. Do you want to have a chat later on tonight? And so we did. We ended up having a chat in the evening. And it was a very interesting chat indeed. Very interesting. Public school, public, comprehensive type school, secondary. They are up to their eyeballs in it. With pride flags everywhere and trans flags everywhere, and everything is about identity. The kids are told that it's all about their identity. You wouldn't want to be a gay child in the school, according to this teacher, because you'll be told you're trans by your peers. That's what they do. You're not really gay. You're not really gay. You're not a lesbian. You're a boy. You're not gay. You're a girl. That's going on. Right? That's been known to happen. That's bullying of the worst kind. That's homophobia writ large. That's the old, you haven't met the right girl or met the right boy yet, isn't it? That's going right back. It's like some of the dark days of the 60s, 70s and 80s. But there it is yet again in the schools. So I asked a number of questions, not least of all was, how is this playing out in the classroom? And the answer was that it's now embedded into all their resources. Johnny, who's non-binary, has 6 apples. And they're rewriting history in some cases. That's what they're doing, some of the activist teachers. So this individual is also a member of various teaching forums, and I'm sure EduTwitter will know about those, that these forums are full with these people who want to push this nonsense. most of them are signed up to some scheme or other, or they've got in some external body or other that they're not doing their due diligence around. This is from the words of a teacher, the mouth of a teacher. And I said, so is it everywhere? She said, well, it's not exactly everywhere, but it creeps in. It just suddenly appears. And I said, so are they teaching them equity or equality of opportunity? And she said, well, explain the difference between the two. So I did, and she said, no, they're teaching them equity. Now, equity is communism. Right? Now, I know that many people go, oh, you can do equality. Stop your moaning. Equity is communism. We can't have equality of opportunity and equality of outcome because equity works badly. So I told her the story about the kids with the apples. Not the apples. The kids with the quiz test. What do you mean you don't know it? All right, I'll tell you. Right? So kids going to schools. I've done this. You've not been paying attention. Kids going to schools. Kids, and the teacher says, right, we're going to have a test. And all 30 kids go, and start moaning and groaning like kids do. And the teacher says, what's your problem? Well, we know who's going to win and we know who's going to fail. And we know who's going to, oh, right, so what do you want me to do, said the teacher. And the kid said, well, we think you should give us an average as a class. The teacher said, okay, that's fine, we'll do that. No problem, we'll test that out over the next 3 or 4 weeks. And they did. The kids would come in for the test. They take the test the first week. Everybody was very happy indeed because they all got a B-. Yay! Let's celebrate equity. B-, great. Following week, everybody got a D. Following week, everybody failed the test. That's equity, right? Because what happens is those that would try and do well because they felt the need to, because it was a meritocratic system before, stopped trying. Those that weren't any good in the first place didn't bother because they hadn't bothered in the first place anyway. So in other words, the equity had dragged everybody down to the lowest common denominator, which is failure. All right, that is why schools are filtration systems. Not going to be academic, make a good bus driver, you know. What do you want to be? I want to be a coach driver. Fantastic. Let's get you sorted. Right? So it's whatever you're going to be the best at it, but it's a filtration system, secondary school for excellence. And that filtration system should carry on through the college and then to the universities, but it's not. We know it's not because we've got idiots going to college, right? And who we pander to with this nonsense, who are not well, who are unwell, in fact. That's what we've got, right? So this idea of equity in schools worries me. They're pushing it. Equity is communism. Now, if you haven't yet seen the struggle session from Through Body Problem in the first 5 minutes of the program, you should see it because that's where equity takes you. Or you want to see a real life example, go and have a look at the Evergreen affair. Mike Nyana's got a documentary about it on YouTube. Go and see. Right? Because equity is a killer. It eventually kills, always does. Now, she then said to me, yeah, but you can do both. And I said, no, you can't. No, you can't. We're either meritocratic or we're not. Which is it going to be? Because if we're not, we all better start buckling down. Because if you've got money, they're going to come and take it. If you're smarter than them, they're going to make you as stupid as they are. That's equity. Mao, Pol Pot, Stalin, and, surprisingly, the Nazis. People go, no, they're far right, not far left. They're both. Same as most of them. The Nazis had equity, except it was the equity of blood. Get it? So I was talking quite nicely to this young teacher, and all of a sudden, she just went. No explanation, no message, couldn't get through to her, just went. Which I thought was rather strange. Maybe that's just how people react. Anyway, that's enough mulling on nonsense. I'm old enough, he says. Oh, I've been doing this thing for the Jesterites called My Heroes, right? So what I've done is I found old artifacts from times previous and gone by. Old artifacts that that are now they're in copyright, so I can put them up and it'll say, copyright! YouTube goes, copyright! Big red letters, right, okay? Your video cannot be monetized, but what they've allowed me to do, or they'll not allow me, is what is part of the system, is that actually it says, in some of them, they'll let you use the content, but you can't monetize it. This is going to be fun, okay? So I put up the first few for the Jesterites. If you want to see them, come and be a Jesterite. It's only £3 a month. Support me if you can. Judy Walters, Victoria Wood, Peter Ustinov, and Kenneth Williams. That's who I'm talking about first. Short introductions from me. And then you've got an audience with Victoria Wood, audience with Kenneth Williams, audience with Peter Ustinov, and a film called Mo. which is about Julie Walters played Mo Molam. And then I'm also looking at Pat and Margaret, which was a fantastic series starring Victoria Wood. So if you want to get access to all this stuff that I'm unearthing, it's wonderful stuff because it takes us back to tell the most glorious stories. Then please do become a Jesterite, because that's what I'm going to be doing. And over my birthday, April, I'm hoping that everybody will watch them all. That's what I want, because over my birthday, I'm going to have a break. I'm going to put up a few of these nice My Hero things, and then I'm going to ignore the lot of you for, at least 4 hours. Go on, I've talked enough. That's my mole. You go, mole. Tell me what you think. I'll see you later.